Hello, vinyl community. This is Mike with TCat's Deep Vinyl Tracks. I'm on today to do a tag. This is a response to a tag put out by Digital Gramophone. This is the Sad Bastard tag. So I see everybody doing this. I thought I would join in and do it. I actually had this ready a week or so ago, but just never was able to get around to doing it. So here we go. Uh, what the Sad Bastard vinyl tag is there are 13 prompts that were made, and I'm going to answer those prompts by showing some of the vinyl I have that back up these prompts, and by answering the questions. And this is kind of a sad time of year for a lot of people. This time of year, you see it, a lot of people uh, going to the taking the ultimate step, or getting so depressed and everything. And there's on the serious side of things, there are ways to take care of this, preferable ways than suicide, or that nobody likes to say. But it can be a pandemic, especially this time of year. So if you're feeling low and you need some help, just know that there's places you can reach out to. Okay, so that's out of the way. The first or the first prompt I want to look at is to show an overplayed sad song. So one of the most overplayed sad songs comes from this album by Radiohead, Pablo Honey. I think you know what I'm talking about now. This is the song Creep. Um, it's one of those songs everybody does some kind of a cover of. You hear it so much. As much as I love Radiohead, they're one of my favorite bands. That's just one song I, can probably do without hearing as often as what we hear it. It's on this album. I just play through it when I put the album on. Hardly even notice it, but there's so many other better songs by Radiohead, and that one just gets overplayed, I think. So that's for number one. For number two, let's say you're listening to an album and somebody walks in while you're listening to it and says, "What is this sad bastard shit?" Well, one example I have of that would be some very depressing lyrics, um, and they're sung depressingly too, and that's by none other than Ryan Adams from his Heartbreaker album. There are a lot of sad, depressing songs on this particular album. One in particular that I like, believe it or not, even though it's kind of a depressing lyrics, is the song "Come Pick Me Up." And here's some of the lyrics to that. "When they call your name, will you walk right up with a smile on your face? Or will you cower in fear in your favorite sweater with an old love letter? I wish you would. Come pick me up, take me out, fuck me up, steal my records, screw all my friends, they're all full of shit, with a smile on your face, and then do it again. I wish you would." So that's just the first verse off of this song. And when he starts it out, it sounds like he's so far down in the dumps that he's pretty much, that the song almost may not even make it through. But it ends up, when he reaches the chorus, it actually is a pretty good song. So, "Come Pick Me Up" by Ryan Adams. So number three is an album that is sad to many, but is a dance party to you. So one of my favorite bands, of course, everybody knows probably that King Crimson is my favorite band. Uh, One of their albums that I really like, that most even King Crimson fans don't seem to like so much, is the album Thrack. And I love this album. It is very heavy, dark, and I guess that's why a lot of people consider it a little depressing. But to me, I just love the rhythms, the heaviness of it all. To me, that's my kind of dance music. So I would have to go with King Crimson's Thrack as being the one album that I love to dance to that most people think is kind of sad. So number 4, tell us about a sad love song. Okay, well, one of my favorite bands has a pretty sad love song. I've got the lyrics up here. It's from Band of Horses. The name of this album is Cease to Begin. And the sad love song that's on this one is the song, No One's Gonna Love You. It sounds kind of like a depressing song, No One's Gonna Love You. But the actual lyrics say, no one's gonna love you like I do. But even then, the lyrics are a little kind of a Debbie Downer kind of lyrics. Here we go. I'm going to read some of the lyrics from that. It's looking like a limb torn off, or altogether just taken apart. We're reeling through an endless fall. We are the ever-living ghost of what once was, but no one is going to love you more than I do. And anything to make you smile, it is my better side of you to admire. But they should never take so long just to be over, then back to another one. So, starts out pretty depressing, looking like a limb torn off. I mean, what kind of love song is that anyway? So that's the Sad Bastard love song. Number 5, a favorite sad lyric that you like. Again, I have the lyrics up here. Let me just find them here. Here we go. It comes from this album by Porcupine Tree, Dead Wing. Porcupine Tree and Steven Wilson's been known to make dark and dismal sounding songs. And one of those that actually tends to even bring tears to my eyes sometimes, and I think it's just a beautiful song, even though it is depressing. I find a lot of my favorite songs are quite depressing, but I find the beauty and everything in them. But the song I'm talking about comes off of Dead Wing, and it's the song Lazarus. And this is some of the words from that. As the cheerless towns pass by my window, I can see a washed out moon through the fog, and then a voice inside my head breaks the analog and says, follow me down to the valley below. You know moonlight is bleeding from out of your soul. Can you handle more? We'll go on. I survived against the will of my twisted folk, but in the deafness of my world the silence broke and said, follow me down to the valley below. You know moonlight is bleeding from out of your soul. Follow me down to the valley below. You know moonlight is bleeding from out of your soul. My David, don't you worry. This cold world is not for you. So rest your head upon me. I have strength to carry you. Then he repeats the chorus. And then at the end it says, come to us, Lazarus. It's time for you to go. So kind of a sad song. It sounds like it's dealing with death or the death of a friend or something. The bridge on there, my David, don't you worry. This cold world is not for you. So rest your head upon me. I have strength to carry you. I don't know, those are beautiful words. And somebody is facing the inevitable fact that they're going to be dying, and their friend is dying, and they are there for them. So beautiful song, but very depressing. Next, we have a breakup album or a breakup song. I think the perfect breakup album, and unfortunately I don't have it, is Chris Isaak's album. And now I can't think of the name of it, but so we'll go past that. But anyway, I've found a breakup song I think that is perfect. It's kind of a song that has some surprising lyrics, seeing as who wrote it, but it's written by Harry Nilsson. This is from the album Son of Schmilson, and the song is You're Breaking My Heart. And yes, I'm going to read you the lyrics from that, from the lyric sheet that comes with the album. I love this album by Nilsson because it's got such weird humor. And you'll see by these lyrics, you're breaking my heart, you're tearing it apart, so fuck you. Now, you wouldn't think of Harry Nilsson coming up with lyrics like that, but he was one of the first to use that word. He goes on to say, all I want to do is have a good time, now I'm blue. You want a boogaloo, run down to Tramps, have a dance or two. You're breaking my heart, you're tearing it apart, but fuck you. You're breaking my heart, you're tearing it apart. Ooh, ooh. You stepped on my ass, you're breaking my glasses too. You want to drive my car, buy a lot of stuff, I've had enough of you. I'm going insane, but there's no one to blame, so fuck you. That's it. Okay, next is number 7, your favorite Smiths song. Everybody knows that Morrissey's and the Smiths have some pretty depressing lyrics. One of my favorite Smiths songs is Let Me Get What I Want. I think a lot of people know that one. But there's also another song on this album, Hatful of Hollow, and it's called Heaven Knows I'm Miserable Now. Yeah, pretty depressing lyrics on that one. I don't know if I can read this because the writing is so small on it, even with my glasses on. It says, I was happy in the haze of a drunken hour, but heaven knows I'm miserable now. I was looking for a job, then I found a job, and heaven knows I'm miserable now. In my life, why do I give valuable time to people I don't care if I live or die? So, yeah, pretty typical lyrics by the Smiths. Number 8, the saddest song by a popular band. One that I came up with, and of course everybody knows this song. It's actually quite a nice song from Elton John's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. It's the song about Marilyn Monroe, at least the original version is, called Candle in the Wind. Very depressing, sad lyrics, but a nice song that everybody pretty much knows, I think. This next one comes from, okay, the next one is number 9, Tears in Your Beer. So the saddest country song that you can think of. This particular artist, there's lots of sad country songs, of course, lots of tears in their beers. But this one comes from Merle Haggard's excellent album, Mama Tried. And this particular song is called You'll Never Leave Me Now. And it's on there somewhere. The second to the last song, You'll Never Leave Me Now. And the lyrics are, admitting you're to blame won't hear my wounded pride. It's too late to be ashamed. I've already stepped aside. Just let me live again, and please don't come around. If you never loved me then, you'll never love me now. You fooled me all the way each time you held me tight. But when darkness turned to day, then I finally saw the light. When I really needed you, that's when you let me down. If you never loved me then, you'll never love me now. Okay, the next one, number 10, is a favorite sad soundtrack, or from a sad movie or something like that. And nothing is really sadder than a movie about somebody's biopic and the death of that person when that is featured in the film itself. And that comes from the Sid and Nancy soundtrack, Love Kills. And Sid Vicious is played by Gary Oldman, and he does a lot of the singing on this. And there's the version of My Way on here. I think pretty much everybody's familiar with Sid Vicious's version of that song. And just hearing him sing it there is a sad, depressing song. And, you know, it deals with his death, so. Number 11, Only Happy When It Rains. Show something you like to play when it's raining outside. Well, when it's raining outside, usually I like to listen to depressing songs. That's just how I am, and that actually cheers me up. I guess it makes me feel like I'm not it's not as bad as what it is for some of these people. But one of my favorite things to listen to when it's raining is just like slow piano music is slow piano solos. And I've got this album called Piano 1. It's a sampler of different artists doing piano solos, and really some nice songs on here. Even the cover you can see kind of gives you that idea that it's a rainy day album. Disturbance in Vienna is a song on here by Jobson, you know, the guy from UK, the album UK. He's got a song on here that's done in 5/4 time, and most of these are kind of straightforward. This one isn't, so it makes it stand out. And really nice song. I would highly recommend this album just for that song alone. But if you're listening to good, nice piano music on a rainy day, this is a good one to go for. Number 12. The happiest, sappiest, corniest bullshit song you've ever heard. I'm surprised I haven't seen this one brought up by anybody yet. You would think it would be. The album itself is good, but the song is obnoxiously terrible, terribly happy. And that's from the Wings at the Speed of Sound album. The name of the song, of course, is Silly Love Songs. Probably one of the corniest songs. And, you know, Paul McCartney wrote a lot of corny songs, but that one just has to take the cake for being the corniest of all. Just silly, stupid, you know, no point in it. So, okay, so there's plenty of silly love songs out there. Let's just write another one and keep singing that over and over again. All right, so that's the 12 prompts. The 13th thing that you are to do is to shout out a sad bastard to do this tag. Now, there is a VC member out there. I think there's several people that know him. He just got married, so I think it would be a good opportunity for him to do this. And that would be Chris at Stylus Meets Vinyl. I'd like to see his version of it. Steve Carlson did a version of it, you know, and calls himself the biggest optimist in the VC. Chris at Stylus Meets Vinyl, quite an optimist also, and he just got married on top of that. I think it would be a good time for him to do the Sad Bastard vinyl tag. So there you go. And anybody else that's interested in doing it, go ahead and do it. It's a lot of fun. But keep in mind that this is a sad time of the year for a lot of people. And if you need help, find a friend, go to church, call the help hotline. There's lots of different things you can do. So thank you for watching, and we will talk to you all later.